I have very irregular nipples. This is the engine from an old jet ski covered in citrus strip, which I'm pretty sure is just the tears from oranges. I'm trying to strip the paint off this hunk of sadness because that is the ugliest off-white I have ever seen. Not to mention the whole thing is covered in an oily film of disappointment. Yeah, that is the sound of paint being stripped. Wow, Citrus Strip, great job. It's like there is even more paint on the engine now. What a quality product. This is the engine from an old jet ski covered in delicious methylene chloride, known more commonly as crystal meth, which is also not true at all. What the hell am I talking about? In all seriousness, it's a gnarly paint stripper that has been taken off the consumer market due to its tendency to cause headaches, limb loss, limb growth, and excessive production of children. So I was quite lucky to find an old can in my basement. Oh yeah, give me some of that tasty paint. I'm gonna take your arms right off. Well, that didn't do a whole lot, now did it? It stripped most of the paint off the cylinder head cover, but my guess is that's because the bare aluminum of the head cover is, for some reason, a little more polished than the porous casting of pretty much the rest of the engine, so the paint didn't adhere as well to the head cover. I know, advanced stuff, but I'm an incredibly advanced man. Jesus. Well, this isn't the first time I've failed at stripping, but as they say, you can't throw stones if you don't have arms. It actually doesn't look too bad under the head cover, just a wee bit of corrosion but no serious pitting. Water flows through here to cool the cylinder heads, so it's quite normal for it to be this wet, that's what she said. Jesus Christ, I'm 28 years old. There's quite a bit of carbon buildup on the tops of the pistons, which means that the engine was running rich, or maybe it's normal for a 25-year-old engine, or maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's definitely it. Here's a thing that's a little concerning. I removed the cylinders and noticed some fairly serious scoring on the sides of both pistons. It's concerning because it's making me concerned. I mean, the cylinder walls have some scoring also, which you definitely can't see in this picture. Look, I didn't start this jet ski rebuild process with the intention of making a video series, okay? So what if video quality suffers due to my poor planning? Not everyone can be as perfect as you. Maybe you should take that perfect little body, put on some perfect little clothes, climb delicately into that perfect little car, and drive off a cliff. Jesus, that's so mean. To repair the scoring, I'm sending the cylinders out to a company that specializes in jet ski engine remanufacturing called Full Bore. They'll also send me a complete top-end rebuild kit, including new pistons, but the turnaround time for cylinder boring and honing is about 2 months, so I have plenty of time to inspect the rest of the engine. It has been quite a while since I have touched, a woman. You may be thinking, wasn't the engine just disassembled? But, yep, the cool thing about not knowing how to make good videos is that I can follow no chronological order. Apparently, all 85 of this engine's horse units are used exclusively to torque the PTO flywheel onto the crankshaft. I was forced to buy this special spline tool, which is actually totally worth the $10. Fortunately, I already have all of the other quality tooling necessary to get the flywheel off. I strapped an engine to a tree. Now for the magneto flywheel. This one requires a flywheel puller and some heat. It doesn't matter what type of heat, as long as it's hot, fresh, and over 18. Are you kidding me? It's like I only have one type of humor. Just heat up this area here and pop goes the flywheel. Flywheel. What? The flywheel housing is off and we're almost back to where we were a minute ago. Quick pointless zoom out and there we go. Slap some fresh paint on the flywheel, and now the part you've all been waiting for. A slow pan across the underside of the engine, followed by a legendary carburetor rebuild montage. Look at this fuel filter. Those chunks are not good chunks. Well, if that didn't get your nips hard, then you're probably a very normal person. Or you don't have nips, which is definitely not normal, and you should probably get a professional opinion on your empty nip receptacles. Alright, let's see what's inside the crankcase. Oh look, it's the crankshaft. Who knew? I did. I knew. I'm an incredibly advanced man. My plan is to replace both of these outer crankshaft seals since they're accessible. Well, sir, it looks like you've blown a seal. No, it's just frosting, I swear. I can't really do much about these inner seals since I'm too cheap to buy the correct tools for disassembling the crankshaft. I've inspected all 6 crankshaft bearings and both connected rod bearings. They all spin smoothly, so I'm gonna say the crankshaft is in good shape. The manual suggests measuring crankshaft runout, but I'm pretty sure that's just another term for poor bladder control. Oh good, another penis joke. This steel helical gear drives this brass one, which in turn spins the rotary intake valve. Brass is a softer metal than steel, which means this gear is designed to fail before the steel one on the crankshaft, saving you from having to rebuild the entire crankshaft. There. You just learned something. You're welcome. I can't fully reassemble the engine until I have the cylinders back from the machine shop, so you'll just have to hold on to your perfect little horses. For now, I'll leave you with some thoroughly inspiring exhaust work.
Drop the bass.